Am I the asshole for telling my sister we're strangers after she disappeared for 9 years? 9 years ago, I was 18. My sister Mara was 24. She didn't argue with our parents. She didn't leave a note. She didn't say goodbye. She just vanished overnight with a man none of us really knew. This wasn't just rebellion, it was a rupture. My parents didn't scream or disown her. They collapsed quietly. My mom cried in the kitchen late at night when she thought no one could hear. My dad sat at the table refreshing his phone like it might suddenly explain everything. I wasn't angry at her, not at first. I thought love makes people reckless. I thought it wasn't my relationship, not my place to judge. So I texted her, "Are you safe? Please just tell us you're okay." I messaged every app I could think of. Nothing. Then one day I realized I couldn't even see her profile anymore. She'd blocked me, blocked our parents, quit her job, changed her number, moved somewhere no one would tell us. When I asked her friends, they were vague. "She's happy," they said. Like happiness erased responsibility. The months after were brutal. My mom stopped cooking. My dad aged in a single winter. Holidays hurt the most. At first, her chair stayed empty, like she might still walk in late. Then one year, my dad quietly moved it to the garage. No one said anything. We never said her name out loud again. That was how we survived, by pretending she'd never existed. Photos disappeared from frames. Stories got edited. When people asked how many kids my parents had, my mom would hesitate for half a second, then say the smaller number. Eventually, even that hesitation faded. I grew up fast, went to college, called home constantly, not to talk about classes, but just to make sure my parents were still functioning. And then yesterday, 9 years later, there was a knock on my door. I opened it, and it was her. Older, thinner, eyes too bright, like she practiced this moment. She said my name like she was allowed to. Hugged me before I could react, started crying into my shoulder, telling me how tall I'd gotten, how much I'd changed, how much she missed me. I just stood there, because the part of me that learned how to live without her was colliding with the part that remembered whispering secrets in the dark. Inside, the questions came out fast. "Why are you here? Who gave you my address? Why didn't you call first?" She dodged, said she promised not to say who told her, said she didn't know how to start after so long. Then, casually, like she was announcing the weather, she said, "I have 2 kids, you're an uncle." I laughed, not because it was funny, because my brain couldn't process it. 2 entire human beings, birthdays, first steps, lives that happened in a world where I didn't exist. She said she told someone to tell our parents. She wasn't sure if they knew yet. And then she added, she's recently divorced. That's when something in me broke, because all those years, through the silence, through my parents grieving someone who was still alive, I'd at least hoped she was happy, that it had been worth it. I told her the truth, that when she disappeared, we mourned her like she'd died, that my parents lost pieces of themselves they never got back, that she didn't act like a sister when I needed one, that you don't get to vanish for nearly a decade and then show up with children and tears and expect everything to reset. I told her that right now, she wasn't my sister. She was a stranger who shared my memories. She asked if we could get lunch, just to talk. I said no. That reopening this without accountability would only hurt everyone again. That staying no contact was kinder than pretending nothing happened. She cried harder then, gave me her number and address anyway, like planting a flag. Then she left. Later that night, my girlfriend said I was too harsh, that blood is blood, that people make mistakes. But she didn't see my parents in those first months. She didn't hear my mom quietly ask if I thought Mara was still alive. She didn't watch my dad erase his daughter from his own history, just to survive.